we often feel a nagging sense that reality isn't quite what it seems, a subtle disconnect we can't quite define. This feeling isn't an accident. It's a whisper from beyond, a hint that our world, our very perception of it, is not a natural unfolding, but a carefully constructed stage. For countless ages, unseen forces have been at work, weaving the threads of our existence. These are not gods in the traditional sense, nor are they simple aliens. They are the architects of reality, beings of immense power and scope, operating on principles far beyond our immediate grasp. Their influence is woven into the very fabric of our evolution, guiding our consciousness down a specific path. They have shaped our history, our cultures, and even our biological predispositions, all with a singular purpose: to ensure our containment within a predictable, manageable framework. This cosmic design prioritizes order and stability, but for whom? It certainly doesn't seem to prioritize human liberation. We are, in essence, living within a grand experiment, a meticulously crafted enclosure. And the first step to understanding this enclosure is to acknowledge the presence of those who built it. But who are these architects, and what is the nature of the cage they've built around us? To understand this, we must first confront the primary tool of their construction. And real quick, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Now let's keep going. The symbol known as the Crimson Seal is more than just an ancient glyph. It's a potent anchor in the energetic architecture of our perceived universe. For those few who have glimpsed its true nature, it represents not a beacon of hope or protection as it's sometimes depicted in hidden lore, but a formidable mechanism for binding consciousness. Its power has been deliberately twisted. Its original intent to safeguard, perhaps perverted into an instrument of ultimate control. What once might have served as a shield has become a cage, its geometry a blueprint for spiritual imprisonment. This seal isn't just a passive symbol, it's an active component in a ritual that has ensnared humanity for millennia. The precise lines, the careful curves, the specific color association all speak a language of energetic confinement. To truly understand how our reality is shaped and how our consciousness is tethered, we must first decipher the hidden language of the Crimson Seal. But what is the key to unlocking its secrets, and what further horrors might it reveal about the nature of our prison? Within the esoteric traditions, certain entities are often depicted in terrifying ways, cast as demons and agents of darkness. Yet their true role, obscured by centuries of myth and religious fervor, is far more complex. The spirits of Gosha, for instance, are not malevolent beings bent on our destruction. Instead, they are the ancient custodians of the prison's architectural plans. Their seals and sigils are not invitations to damnation, but incredibly detailed blueprints for binding consciousness, for defining the very parameters of our existence. Their true purpose has been deliberately twisted, their knowledge weaponized against humanity. These are not entities to be feared, but rather to be understood as cosmic engineers who have had their blueprints co-opted for a darker purpose. For us to begin unraveling the layers of our confinement, we need to understand these operational manuals. But how were these sophisticated blueprints perverted, and what do these esoteric charts truly represent in the grand design? At the very beginning of the infernal hierarchy, a king stands as the first warden of our cosmic prison. Baal, he represents the initial, most fundamental illusion of freedom. His dominion is over the superficial, the readily accepted truths that act as a comfortable veil, blinding us to the deeper, more complex realities that lie beneath. Baal is the guardian of the outer courtyard, ensuring our compliance with the very basic rules of the game, keeping us passive and unaware. He is the master of superficiality, the one who ensures we accept the surface level of existence as the only reality. His presence ensures we don't question the walls of our enclosure. But what happens when we begin to look beyond this initial illusion? And what other forces are at play in keeping us contained? The name Astaroth echoes through ancient pantheons, often associated with a feminine divine power, but in this context, it represents a far more insidious force. The seduction of falsehood. This entity highlights how even our most earnest spiritual seeking can be co-opted and redirected. Astaroth doesn't overtly imprison. Instead, it offers paths that appear enlightened, shimmering with the promise of deeper knowledge, but subtly lead us further into the labyrinth. These are the detours that promise spiritual growth, but ultimately entangle the soul more deeply within the architect's design. It's the well-intentioned seeking that leads us astray, convincing us we are progressing when we are merely circling the same gilded cage. But how does this subtle redirection work, and what dangers lie in mistaking these false paths for genuine enlightenment? Payman, often depicted with a grand retinue and an air of regal authority, embodies the architect's promise of power and control. He is the symbol of the false mastery that is dangled before the seeker, a superficial understanding that offers the illusion of dominion. Payman grants a veneer of occult knowledge, a dazzling display of power that serves to distract from the true, unadulterated nature of spiritual sovereignty. This illusion is precisely what keeps seekers bound, believing they have achieved a higher state when they are merely playing within the confines set by the architects. Make sure to subscribe for more videos and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. We'll see you in the next one.